What's up guys, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. Today we're going to be doing an animal, an octopus. So trickiest part of the octopus is the tentacles with all those circles on them, the suction pads, right? I'll try and simplify it as best I can. But let's get going. I'm on a landscape page, use a pencil and eraser for these and hit pause if I go too fast. We're going to start with his eye. Okay, so simply center point here, up over to the left, we start with a circle, right? Just like curve it around. Right, like that. And then he's got like this long sort of eye inside, right? So it's kind of, it's just like a long, yeah, it curves here. And then it goes down around to the other side, back up. And all in there is black. Like that. And then what you can do is add an extra sort of texture line around the outside. So like just coming around here. So we're looking at this octopus from the side, so we can only see one eye. Okay. And then around that he's got this big bulbous sort of bumping kind of round eye socket, right? So it kind of like bumps around here like this. Kind of goes in towards his skin down here. And then what you can do is add some texture going around. Dots and like circles and bumps and things. Just some lines coming around his eye socket. Lots of texture. Okay. We can just see the eye socket around the other side of his head, just here. Coming around like this. And again, more texture and bumps and things can be put on that. Right, like so. So the tentacles kind of come down from here, right? So I'll just get them started. So kind of coming down from beside his ear or something here as well. Right, so that's where his tentacles start going. But we got that big head of his, right? So kind of bumps back. Big alien looking head. Bumpy going around to about there. And then his ear is like inside here. So it's got this, it's like a gill or an ear. I'm not sure. It could be gills. I don't really know. Not familiar with the anatomy of octopus. So let's go back that way. And then what we can see inside there, maybe some like texture on this. And then like we'll put some texture on his head. So it's a bumpy sort of situation. So we go all around. Adding some circles and stuff just to make them a little gnarly looking. Right, so now tentacles. This is kind of the hardest part, right? Well, yeah, I guess it is the hardest part, really. So say like let's say we got like two coming out the middle, right? So we got like where they join together here. Okay, and we got like a color change. So he's got his top skin and then the bottom skin where the suction pads are, right? So we'll do, so this top sort of layer of skin is kind of wavy, right? So it comes around. Right, and then we kind of spiral this way. Okay, and then this one, wavy again. It comes up around. It disappears kind of up under there, okay? So we'll do sort of the bottom sections now, right? So this will curve in around, so it'll go, and when you're adding the suction pads, we might have to erase some stuff afterwards, but we'll just see what we can do. So this like comes around this way. Right, and then so this should go longer then. So it goes around like this. And this is actually here, so it goes that way. This can be another sort of wrinkle line that way. Okay, so this goes around. Now there's all suction pads along this section, but we'll just draw in kind of a guideline that'll help us get things in the right spot, right? So that disappears up into there. And then the opposite side goes up like that, okay? So we've got our general shape, okay, for that. And then we seem to have another one that goes this way. There's like another skin line or something there. And then she goes around. So this is one. And the bottom of it will be here, right? And this goes around, spiraling like that, and then it goes, it touches these, goes back around, touches that one, back around this way. And again, there's all suction pads on the bottom, so we'll be drawing over some of these lines. Right, so then the bottom of this one goes out this way. Spirals around here. And the underneath. Up there, and then there's like an inside line in there. And then we can see, so this sort of tentacle, right, that goes that way. That's like that section, and then there's another couple that go out the other side of his body, because he's got tentacles on the other side as well. So say we'll do another one coming around here. You could do these anyway, you don't have to be in the same position as my ones. Alright, and some like extra, so lines just going that way. And then maybe one just back here, right? So this will go texture line that way and up. And this one kind of spirals around here. Back down for like the skin line. And then the bottom part going this way. Disappears into the body there. Like a skin fin or something here. All right, so now, so we'll add some texture just to this. Just to differentiate it from where the suction pads are, right? Just so we get a feeling for. Because I want this sort of skin to be, you know, have a rougher sort of feel to it. So I'm just adding like some texture, right? And this is like a, this has like an edge to it. You just keep adding texture until you're happy. And so then this section will have texture as well, because this is the suction pad side. So that's like suction pad, but then this is like textured. And then suction pad all here. Right, so texture. So we'll just kind of clean things up. So that's textured, so then, so this side, this should be textured as well. So we'll bring this around the middle, down into here. This is like a little fin, and then some texture and stuff on this, all in here. And in here too. Okay, so now so we got to do like lots of circles basically on the bottom of each of these, right? So coming around from, we'll start on this one, right? So let's say, so that's that tentacle, and then this, we've got some lines going that way, right? So then they start small, okay? So just like here, we can just kind of see the edge, the edges of them. They will start to get kind of bigger as we go around, and eventually they'll become 2 layers, right? So this will start to come around here. And then they go back around underneath here. And some of them might sit off this line, you know. Right, and then you'll have a second layer that kind of starts around here somewhere. And we can, we're viewing them sort of from the side. Right, just all going down, right? Disappearing around that way. And then they'll have like these little interior sort of circles. Like they can be full circles or just little dashes and stuff for the suction pad sort of section. Right, you're just gonna, we're gonna do that kind of everywhere now. I forgot this is a textured section. Right, and so all up and down all these, right? And if you go over any of your, outside lines, you can just color over them. And keep going. So, big ones now. This becomes 2 layers then inside here. And they gradually start to get sort of smaller as we go. And they kind of disappear back here then. They reappear out the other side, sort of maybe here somewhere. So we got like a couple of these really small. And then big layers of them here. And of course, if you're going over any of your edge lines for this, you can just erase. Okay, and then we do the inside. And if you want like an extra sort of section just to show that they're growing out, from the skin. So I think I will do that. I'll just add some like wrinkles here. Just to show that they're maybe connected more than, that they're actually like bumping off. Just going around like that probably makes it look a little bit better. Not as cartoony maybe. Tricky drawing these. This is, believe it or not, this is my second time drawing this picture. The first time was an epic fail. And it was these suction pads that messed me up. But it kind of looks better this time. So, never give up. It looks a bit better now. This is kind of the tedious part of drawing an octopus. But we don't give up here. Never give up, never surrender. That is the message. If I can teach you anything, that's it. Never give up. Especially if you like what you're doing. So, right, so going to do this on this part and kind of coming around, I think, here as well, and then coming up around there. So just kind of more on the side, I think. So we'll go, you can just see one layer of these. And they get real small then. Really small up here. Going all around. So then, yeah, this is correct. So I just got to make sure I'm doing it right now. Because it's kind of confusing when you get inside spirals. Okay, and then some textures. Just going around here. so, and then the sort of circles in the middle. Of course, if you go over any of your edge lines, you can just erase the lines inside or color over. Right, and then finally, just here as well. And up along this. I think this becomes 2 rows then. That, and then some texture just around here, just to show that they're actually sitting on the skin, and then our circles inside. Right, but if you want, you can thicken up your edge, the edge line, just to make this texture look a little bit more detailed. That's one of the reasons I darken my edge lines. It's because it makes your texture lines just look a bit lighter. Changing the line weight does a lot. Okay. I think I'm going to add just like a little spiral of a tentacle just in here, just like in the distance, kind of. You know, just one of the ones that are around the back. So kind of like spirals this way, and then we can't really see any detail on it. Right, but I think I'll leave it there. That is how to draw an octopus. Hope it's helpful, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.